Hello and welcome to part 3 of our 3-part video on how to set up a survey on NETA, the Nature Education Tracking application. Setting up a survey is super easy. Before we get into that, just like the other two stages, you could see all of the surveys that you're running on the View Surveys page.
So it gives you a bit of information about each program, the name, the program, the number of participants, the stage that survey is at, when it was created, when it was last modified, and the status.
Okay, so we're going to create a new survey. Super easy to do. We're going to go to create a survey. We're going to add in a name here. Again, just like when you were setting up your program, please don't give us stuff that is identifiable. Don't put children's names in here. Don't put school names in here. Give it a generic name so you know what it is, but it's generic. It's part of the identifiers that we have that come across. Everything else, we don't get to see any of the student, parent, or your data, except for their responses. And this connects all the information you've told us about your program to that data. Now we're going to call this one Earthball 3. And then we're going to select what program are we surveying. Well, the one we set up here is Munchkins. So we're going to select Munchkins. Which survey are you completing? It's always going to be a complete survey. The reason why this question is in there is because we have the functionality to add different surveys into the NETA application. It's not going to happen now. It might happen in the next iteration, but we do have that functionality. Then what we have to do is set the date where the surveys go out. So the first one, it's really important, really important. Can't stress that enough, that you don't put today's date, you put tomorrow's date. Otherwise you break the whole thing. It's something that we need to fix, but we know it's a problem. And obviously this is a prototype that we're testing. It's too expensive to fix the problem in the prototype when we're moving on to the next iteration. So a simple thing is don't put today's date, use tomorrow's, everything will be fine. Now, I know my sessions run until March. The midpoint is going to be end of October, and it's on a Thursday, so it's going to be the 23rd. The last survey will be sent out at the end of March. Now, my activities finish on the 26th, so I'm going to send the survey on the 27th. There we go. Now we've done that, we hit save. And there you go. Your survey's set up. But there's one more step. Because we've got no participants on our survey. And we haven't started it yet. To do that, we need to go to the 3 little dots at the end of this line. We know it's Earthball 3 because we've just set it up. It's on Munchkins. So we go through to here. And it takes us through to this page. We're going to ignore the big green button. Don't hit that yet. We're going to scroll down and we're going to add our students. So we're going to add Marsha, Prim, and we're going to add Bill. Okay. Now, a rule of thumb is that if you see a first name here, just a first name on its own, that is a child. If you see 2 names, a first name and a surname, then that's likely to be an adult. So it's a good way of kind of like very quickly being able to see whether you're selecting a child or an adult if you're running different kinds of sessions. We're going to assign these 3 students to our survey. And we've got 0 to 8 responses. Now, if all 3 were children, then there'd be 9 responses in each of the surveys, 3 from the student, 3 from the parent, and 3 from the forest school leader. But because we've got Bill, who is an adult, we've got 8 responses because Bill only has his response and the forest school leader's response. He doesn't have his parent's response in each of the 3 surveys. Now, you can delete a student if you've added the wrong one using the big red delete button. Unlike on the student bit, if you press delete, they just disappear back down into this mix. And rather than adding Bill, I'm going to add William. And there you can see our responses have gone to 9 because William is a child, and there's be 3, 1 for William, 1 for William's parents, and 1 for the forest school leader. Okay, now we've assigned all the students we want to assign to this program. We can select Start, the big green button, and our surveys are on their way. And the first one will go out to the parents first thing tomorrow morning. Congratulations, you have successfully set and sent your first NETA survey.